You have anything to hide?
I've got so much to hide. No. But not as much as my mother has to hide. I won't talk about her history as a call girl and how I was an accident. One of her Johns.
Check.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Okay. Rolling? Jill, I like that. That was cool.
Thank you.
I appreciate you taking a second and just chatting with us and giving us some insight into your life and all the crazy stuff that's
Sure.
going on. But actually, if we could start at the beginning and talk a little bit about how you found your way into music and how you went from there to being the big rock star that you are today.
Well,
you have a sentence.
It began.
Is there a song about this? Or there is now?
No. It began when I asked my mom for a drum set. And I must have been how old? My mother's out there, 5 years old. And then I got a drum set, but then somehow they convinced me that it wasn't that great of an instrument and I should play the guitar because I'm sure it was so annoying.
The guitar can be pretty annoying too when you're just learning.
And I have an older brother who was 7 years old and older than me, and so he had the rock band in town. So I wanted to be like him. So
Just followed in his footsteps.
followed in his footsteps. Yeah.
And then I'm guessing. Well, I know you grew up in this area, but were you playing clubs in this area, or I mean, how do you go from hanging out with your brother to making the
I
next
was in
steps?
my first album and first solo was in my Hill Junior High School stage band. I did the solo on Diodado's 2001, and it was quite a sensation at
Was that
Hill
right?
Junior High. So I think that started it, and then I went to school and decided college that maybe I should make a real living and not do music, and then
What were you studying? What was your thought? If you weren't going to do this, what would it have been?
international affairs. I was
That's
going
when
to
you
go
sleep
to
with
George-
foreigners, or what?
Yeah, and that's what I thought. And then I went to school, and I had to take all these economic classes.
There you go. This isn't at all what I thought it was going to
No.
be. Where's the French guys?
I got to go on my third year abroad program. And with that program, you had to go somewhere.
It was
and
a
I went to
lesbian
Spain.
thing, right?
Yeah, it was third year abroad. God.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you take it. Then that's where, as a friend and I goofed off and said we were going to busk on the streets. And we did, and a guy came by and asked if we would play his club. And so my first
Really?
gigs were at a place called Canela y Menta in Sevilla. And I said that with kind of a Yiddish accent in Sevilla. And so that got the bug started again. And I wonder if that guy hadn't walked by, if I would be, doing it
international
today.
affairs.
I would still be in international affairs.
And talk about how, I mean, I know that you tend to be very, at times, brutally, honest or straightforward in your music, not afraid to voice your political opinions. Have you always been that way, or is that something that you sort of use music as your way to get that voice out?
Probably, I've always been that way, but actually it's come out much later. I think even earlier in my music, it wasn't as vocal as I
So are you
I
just
get older.
more opinionated now, or?
No, I think I'm more like, why the hell not?
Right.
What's the point? And also, I think as you develop as a writer, you instead of writing a pop song that seems like it would be on the radio because what's on the radio anymore, you write for yourself.
Right. And so earlier, were you trying to write the pop songs? Because you did have a big one. That was just...
I'm thinking earlier.
Okay.
But no, I think that was always a part of me, just write. You write for yourself.
Right.
And hope that, of course, you hope that other people like it.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the
That
starving
would be
artist.
fun.
Right. And then these days, who are you listening to? Who do you sort of look up to? And
Wow, who do I? I'm trying to think. I have such eclectic taste. I'm trying to think of the last things I iTuned or I bought. Well, I bought a turntable couple weeks ago for the first time. I hadn't had one in a long time. Do you have one?
We still have one, I think, in the closet somewhere. Not
No,
that's
this
hooked
is a
up.
brand new one, and it's really great. So I had to go and buy some
Albums?
and so I bought some that were comfort things.
I don't even know where you buy
old
it. Do they still
favorites.
sell albums at the store?
Oh yeah, there's Amoeba Records where I am in Los Angeles, and you wouldn't believe how packed it is.
Really?
They have all used, and they have it's fantastic. But so I bought some old things, old comfort things, like a Neil Young record and Blue, Joni Mitchell.
Everything you
and then
grew
I
up
bought
with.
Sufjan Jones Stevens, a new record, and Bell and Sebastian records. People that are making still vinyl now. So,
Very cool.
So I'm probably going to buy a lot of old. Today I just saw it in an antique store, and I might go back and get it a Hard Day's Night for $30.
Really?
But
I didn't even know that was an antique at this point, but I guess it is. Yeah.
But it's amazing when you the second I put that needle down, on a Jimi Hendrix record, it was
Yeah.
really,
Sounds the way it's supposed to sound.
oh my God, it was great. And so I A-B'd it with, I was total nerd thing.
Right.
A-B'd it with the CD, and it was like,
Yeah.
except it's a drag, you have to turn it over, but yeah. And I'm not
Somehow you're
I don't even think it's just nostalgia. I really think it's
It sounds different.
better.
Well, it
I
sounds
think all
better.
those
A lot of people
zeros
do
and
say it.
ones are
Yeah.
tiring.
Right. Well, Jill, we're looking forward to the show tonight. We appreciate a
Okay.
few minutes of your time. Do you have a song in closing that you want to just make up here impromptu?
If anyone has some vinyl that they never listened to, well, send it to me.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks.